perfect Midwestern afternoon for football. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati. Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the New York Jets taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. A nice little juke. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
They're on 26-yard line.
That one taken in by T. Higgins. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. That was a lightning-fast decision that time. He just caught it and got rid of it.
Because he saw his guy was going to be open immediately. So he took the R, the run, out of the play. He took the O, the option, out of the play, and immediately got to the pass.
And they just did not get the snap away in time. Well, everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
Following the delay, here's 2nd and 9. Setting up to throw, Flacco. Open man is Yoshivas.
That's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 2.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Flacco from the gun. And this is going to be incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
So on 4th down, Ryan Rico on to punt for the Bengals. Deep for the Jets, Isaiah Davis. This is taken at the 18. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Jets will take over. And New York set to take the field. Looking to put a drive together. In motion right, that's Wilson. Play action, it's Taylor. This pass complete, he finds Jeremy Ruckert. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Taylor incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. They'll run for the first time with Breece Hall. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. 48 yards for Breece Hall. And the Jets are on the board first here this afternoon. And that CD, one heck of a run. He just refused to go down.
And that's where determination comes in, because he had at least a couple of guys had really good shots at him, but he just said, I don't think so. Speed, power, elusiveness, all on display right there. Look like you, partner, back in your salad days in Evansville.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive.
And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
The right play.
That, too.
Tackle on that play by Quentin Williams.
No gain on the play.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
2nd and 10. Now Flacco. Got a man open. It's Chase.
And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
It's a gain of 8.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
3rd down and 1. An inside give, Brown. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Yes, it's the first half, but we'll see if that stuff there on 3rd and 1 comes back to haunt him.
I hope you don't mind, but it's not going to stop me from putting a check mark next to this play. Let's look back as this game progresses and see if this is one of the key plays in the game, even though it occurred early.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Davis now to return it. It's a net of 40 there, punt of 48, and a return of 8. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road, so getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
13 yards.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
In motion goes the tight end. Out of the gun, it's Taylor. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
I am willing to bet that he got a monster grin on his face when he saw what was happening. Man coverage was so committed to denying a big throw that it pulled attention away from him, and he had an easy lane to hit, and hit it he did.
Here's Taylor to throw. This pass out wide to Hall. It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Now Taylor. They'll set up the screen for Hall. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass. And sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever. And I think that they saw that, and that's why they're able to get to him on it.
Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you got someone to tackle him.
So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
So after the made field goal, 10-0 here early as the kick's away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now.
Looking to put a drive together.
Now Flacco. A quick throw there is incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Passing play, Flacco. This one complete to Yoshibas. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. But you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. 2 yards to go, 2nd down. Flacco. Over the middle, he finds Higgins. And Higgins is going to have a Bengals first down as the tackle is made at the 28-yard line.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Flacco off play action. No, bottled up fumble. It's out. It's loose.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
The fumble on first down. Now here's 2nd down. Now it's Flacco. Being chased out left. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
Phillips on the stop. A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 10.
Flacco. And that is incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
So on 4th down, on is Evan McPherson and the Bengal field goal unit. This from 44 yards out, left hash. McPherson's kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point a drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The offense for the Jets ready to take over.
And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
At the 32-yard line.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle, and they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series, they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that. And when all you want to do is keep your drive going, quarterback sneak's a great call, isn't it? Pick it up, get a new set of downs.
And on third down, usually you'd think fourth down quarterback sneak. There, though, it worked on third.
Now, a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Taylor incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Now back to throw.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
In motion left goes Reynolds.
To throw is Taylor. And this one is incomplete.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
So on 4th down, Austin McNamara comes on to punt. Charlie Jones deep for Cincinnati.
Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
Looking to put a drive together. Flacco fakes the give, sets to throw. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
A loss of 7.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. 10-3 our score after 1 here on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. To pass, Flacco. Got a man and he hits him in stride. They'll go for a gain of 7. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
A gain of 7 makes it 3rd and 10.
Here's Flacco. And that will be incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
So on 4th down, out is Ryan Rico to punt.
A big rush, and it's a touchdown for the Jets. A great effort there. Taking it in.
And the Jets are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Partners, you well know every block punt wasn't necessarily a called block. Sometimes the guy just finds his way back there. Doesn't matter. The play happens, and that one turned into 6 points because they handled it so well after the block.
Extra point up and good by Folk. And the lead is now 17-3. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board.
And he returns this to the 22. Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field.
At their own 22-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. Bootleg, Flacco. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
So in this case, you'd think the defense would be collapsing to the left side of the field, and they forced him to his left. So he just tucked it away and picked up some yardage.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
On 1st and 10, here's Brown. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
Here's Flacco.
And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
And this offense on 3rd down today, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Flacco looks to throw.
Looking deep here for Chase.
And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, their first 2 drives only yielded 3 points. They might be thinking it's time to make something happen. Push the ball downfield and try and gain some points that way. Unfortunately, incomplete.
Here's Ryan Rico now.
Remember, though, he did have one blocked earlier. Returnable here for Davis. They'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Another drive coming up for New York's offense. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. They'll start on the ground. Hall.
A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Here's Hall again.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1.
Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
From the shotgun, it's Taylor. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. 64 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
2nd down and 4. Hall on a give up the middle. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard.
That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, and defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
They'll sneak in with Taylor. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, they pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, I totally was. I thought they'd go with a back, maybe try and get a lead blocker in front. But as you talk about in different games, those guys with confidence in their offensive line, they just want to move forward and get it.
And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Taylor to throw. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. There for the sack, B.J. Hill. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
This is Lazard with a catch out left. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. They snap it at 1. Now it's Taylor. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And that is no good. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game. That's so frustrating for an offense, especially on the road. You put together a great drive, but in the end, you come away with nothing.
And it kind of silenced the crowd a little, too. But few things wake them up quite like a missed field goal.
So after the missed long field goal attempt, this offense set up nicely at the 44-yard line. Setting up to throw, Flacco. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Open man is Yoshivas. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
On the sneak, here's Flacco. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. Only a yard on the sneak, not enough. And he's a few inches short for 4th down.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This would be a critical call.
And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. 86 yards rushing for him now to this point.
What a way to start a drive. An excellent run, a tone setter, and now, if you want to take a shot on 2nd down and go play action and make it look like the same exact play and throw it over the top, you can do so because you've established the run in a big way.
Now an option play on 2nd down. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Nice pickup, 10 yards and a 1st down on the keeper. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play. Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Taylor incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Now Taylor. He will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving.
There he goes, and for good reason. Running with it has paid dividends earlier in this game and earlier on this drive. And until they prove they can stop him, I don't think he's going to be shy about continuing to run for 1st downs instead of airing it out.
Straight ahead is Hall. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Jets take a 3-touchdown lead. So his strong 1st half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
Folk connects on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on fourth, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on fourth down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
And we'll see if they can bring that pride the offense this go around. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
A 3-yard
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. And they'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27.
Now Flacco. Then he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Under pressure, and Flacco's going to be dropped. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. Fielded at about the 28.
A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt.
And out will come the offense as they take over. The New York set to take the field. They've had a very solid first half, and as we near the end of that first half, they're just looking for a little more on top of their lead right now.
And when you put together a game plan on offense, you put together what you think is going to be the best possible scenario, right? Hey, we're going to score. These are the plays that are going to do it. But you also put together your counters, meaning after they make adjustments to what you're doing, what do we have to go to next?
The adjustment to the adjustment?
Exactly. So I can't wait to see if we come out at the half, how they're going to go about doing things. Do you just keep running what you ran before, or do you go to your counters expecting those adjustments to happen?
Before that, we'll see the end here of this first half. And he completes it to Wilson.
Taylor's pass complete to Garrett Wilson. 10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 36-yard line.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. A handoff for Hall. Fighting him off. 128 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Here's Taylor. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
It's a gain of 8.
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
18-yard line.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And the now 40-year-old veteran able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further.
So this lead, Charles, just continuing to swell here in the first half.
Well, it's interesting. When we talked to them prior to the game, they told us that their game plan was take no prisoners, and they've lived up to it so far because everything has worked. No guarantee that'll continue, but all in all, this coaching staff's got to be very pleased by what they've seen.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away.
And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
The Bengal offense going to see the ball one more time in this first half. 1 second, all that remains.
Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. Barring a flag, final play here for Flacco and company. This is Fant on the short completion. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. Oh, a good return up past the 30.
The Jets take over 1st and 10.
And the Jets going to take over on offense to begin this third quarter.
Looking to put a drive together.
They'll give it to Hall to start the drive. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
Offense looked a little bit discouraged after that play, shaking their heads a bit, looking at each other. I think they thought they'd get a lot more out of that call. Sometimes you do get the running lane you want. And other times, the defensive front, they just break up the play before it can get going.
Hall again on second down.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Now it's Taylor.
That is caught. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hall.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Trey Hendrickson, the one who gets him on the ground. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
In motion, the tight end. Oh, and they sent the man in motion too late. This is going to be a delay.
Well, just a little too lackadaisical, Charles, and they didn't get up and snap the ball in time. Delay of game.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if he understood where the clock was located. In different stadiums, it's in different places. You have to check that in pregame and make sure you're aware so you don't run into penalties like these.
And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15. Here's Taylor to throw. They'll find Reynolds over the middle. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure.
Trey Hendrickson showing off his pass rush repertoire that time. Well, every time I see speed like that off the edge, Charles, I just don't know how these offensive linemen do it. I would think that they would get called for holding every play, and maybe they should have been called for holding on that one.
Yeah, maybe not just holding, but sometimes you end up setting back in the offensive backfield a little bit farther to try and help you with the edge.
Under pressure, they got him again.
They came with a safety blitz, and Daxton Hill got home.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
The pressure gets to him again. Trey Hendrickson. That's now back-to-back sacks, and it brings up 4th down.
To me, the defense was looking a little gassed near the end of the first half, but they've come out of the locker room with a little extra spring in their step. Wonder what they did at halftime to get them so motivated.
I don't know, but that sack looked good. Now let's see if they can build on the momentum of that play. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. Looking to put a drive together. They defer to Brown to start the drive. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. Another modest gain there on that one. And I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
That's good.
It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, a sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window to fire a bullet in there for the completion. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's second down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Flacco. Over the middle, he finds Higgins. And Higgins is going to have a Bengals first down as he's up past the 45-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now Flacco. And incomplete on the deep ball.
But when the running game's not working, sometimes you just got to take a few more chances down the field. That's a good effort, but it winds up incomplete.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. From the gun, Flacco. And that is incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the 3rd quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. New York ready to go again offensively. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. Looking to put a drive together. They go play action with Taylor. To the sideline and incomplete.
Play action is supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. Taylor. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Reynolds. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Jet first down.
And this is what it's been like all game long. Guys running free in the middle of the field. This defense has just had no answer for this passing game. And that's another good hookup there.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right.
Targets and finds Reynolds once more.
That'll give him 8 that time. And it'll be 2nd and a couple.
Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
The tight end in motion right.
Here's a give to Hall.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Now it's Taylor.
They'll set up the screen for Hall. He's across midfield.
And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
For as many sacks as this defense has, you can understand their willingness to try and get upfield and get another. So what a really smart play call here to use their aggression against them, go with the screen, and they're able to get the first down.
Taylor.
There's Hall bringing in another one.
And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. So that one a disaster. A big loss there with 2nd down coming up.
Well, his completion percentage continues to rise with that one, but sometimes you want your completion percentage to go down. Maybe you should have thought about throwing that one away.
I was just going to say, it is easier said than done, but that's where you maybe bury it at his feet, make sure he doesn't catch it.
Great call right there. Put it near the receiver, no grounding, nothing like that, but no one gets a chance to pick it off either.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Taylor will throw again.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 3rd and 19, no problem as they're able to convert.
A very nice job right there, working the middle of the field, able to create some separation, and then utilize it to not just make the catch, but turn upfield once he got the ball in his hands.
They go play action now, Taylor. And he'll go down, brought down at the 20-yard line.
Shamar Stewart in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Here's Taylor. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
One of the best routes, one of the favorite routes of any play caller. He just ran that one. Nice little angle route. That's supposed to be a catch, and usually it is in running back drop.
Yeah, I mean, he's a running back, but he's got hands. He should have caught it. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Reynolds. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
And being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Cincinnati set to take over once again. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak, not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Flacco finding space at the 40 and brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. Now the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
To pass, Flacco. Open man is Chase, complete. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
And right side, they're going to go option here. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down.
A gain of 2 brings up second and 8 at the 30-yard line.
Passing play, Flacco. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down.
Pick it up. Why can't we score?
Setting up to throw, Flacco. Towards the end zone for Brown. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball has been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And this is caught inside the 5. And no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth.
I'll tell you what, this is not for the faint of heart right here. Fourth down, this is taking a big risk, but it's as good a play call as you can imagine. And the defense, just not able to come up with the stop they needed. And this is not just a first down, but a big play as well.
Brown going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3.
Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal.
Good work there, holding him out on first down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
P-Ryan will take this one in. Touchdown, Cincinnati. So, partner, it was a passing game that drove him down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took him home.
And they trust their offensive line as well, because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead now down to 20.
Bengals 10.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
And now out come the Jets.
Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the fourth quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
And he's going to be taken down right at the line. So he stopped for no gain. And it's 2nd down. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for...
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Trey Hendrickson able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Reynolds. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. And out now, here come the Bengals.
Their defense was able to force the punt a moment ago, but that's really the first of about 8 steps that need to go right for them to get back in this as they start here 1st and 10.
Flacco from the gun. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
This is Brown on the draw play. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And that's going to be incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? They're going to try it. Here's Flacco. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And this pass is going to be recovered by a member of the offense, but whistles come in. Remember, on fourth down, that becomes a dead ball if anyone other than the fumbler himself recovers. So it'll come back to the spot of the fumble, and that will mean that's going to wind up being a turnover on downs.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be second down.
And there's a completion to the tight end, and look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Taylor able to use those legs of his to pick up a first.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop, but when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
They'll run with Hall. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they got it going today.
Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
We all know how much running backs love getting the ball down near the goal line. They think they're going to find a way into the end zone. He hasn't had that kind of luck so far. Ends up not getting in on the last 2 carries. You know he's going to be upset about a missed opportunity.
And it's caught. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1.
They'll go for it. It's Hall.
And he's not going to get there. They tackle him at the 2. They gave it to him in search of his 3rd touchdown, but he's denied. And the Bengals are going to get the football back.
I got it. Shut down. Motion. Check. Shift.
Backing into the end zone, Flacco. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he's going to be out of bounds up past the 5. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. Should rely more on the passing attack?
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try to find some targets in the open field downfield.
That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll make it second down. Flacco off play action. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack.
Jermaine Johnson credited with that sack.
Brings up 3rd down.
Now it's Flacco. He's got Higgins over the middle. And this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the first down right near the 24. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. They'll give to Hall. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 151 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
Taylor going to throw it. They'll set up the screen with Davis. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle him for just a short gain.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Hall. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play. So it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So